to This Old Dollhouse. Let's get started. Oh my god, what? No! Okay, hey everyone. I know normally I sit for this, but I didn't feel like getting my other tripod out. So. Today I'm building stairs. Before I get started, the first place I need to go is the makerspace that has a laser cutter so I can laser cut the stairs, because if I try to cut that by hand, so I'm back from the makerspace, and you can see these are nice and basically burnt. You can see it has this like burnt edging, and if I flip it over, you can really see where it's burnt. They also smell like charred marshmallows. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to prime these and sort of finish them so I don't smell like a bonfire the whole time. So I'm gonna sand them down, prime them, and then I might put a coat of paint on them. Okay, so this is just a small laser cutting tip if you're new to laser cutting. You can see here that this part doesn't have any burnt marks, but this side does. That's because there was tape over that area. So say I was staining this wood, I would cover the entire wood in tape, because when you peel it off, you don't have that scorched, you know, effect. So I bought a bunch of strips of wood. So these are 8 by 3/4 by 24. I'm gonna start cutting all of these to size. This is from Midwest Products. I got this from Amazon. You can usually get them on Prime. So just giving it a good sand before I cut it. I'd rather sand just one long strip rather than sanding, I don't even know how many strips. I think it's like 26 strips of wood once they're all cut. So I'd rather just do this now and get it over with. So I'm gonna measure it. So these are every 3 3/4 inch. Line it up. So I'm just sliding it along the ruler and then making a mark where 3 3/4 is at. Okay, now I'm gonna get my miter snips. Now my miter snips don't do a good job of cutting. I will probably break out my hacksaw, which will take me significantly longer, but yeah, these are not gonna work. Okay, let me get the hacksaw. Okay, so I've got all my treads cut out, and right now I'm cutting the other treads that go right, let's see. So you can see there's a long side and a short side. So I'm cutting them so that they fit on the long side once this short side tread is assembled. Alright, now I have all of my pairs lined up. Now it's time to stain. So I'm gonna use this kind of stain. And this is actually 2 stains that I use. So first I do like a gray weather. Then once that is dry, I put on this, I think it's just, what is it called? Oh wait, this isn't the one I want. So after I do the gray weathering, I put on this whinge, I believe is what it's called. So yeah, so it's almost a 2-step process. So let's get to staining. Okay, so the next process is the whinge. And unlike the weathering gray, I'm going to apply this like regular old stain. So I'm going to need a brush. I'm going to put gloves on. Well, sort of put gloves on. I don't like how they make my hands feel, so I did this. It's fine. It's fine. So I have a paintbrush that is usually specifically for stain. This is not it. It has like this like waxy film on it. Let me get it. I think this is it. This is it right here. Okay. So I'm going to apply this like regular stain. So I'm gonna put a coat of paint. First, I'm gonna sand down some of these weird edges. Okay, so yes, I'm gonna apply a pretty thick coat. And then wipe it off with a paper towel. After I let it sit for a few minutes, then I'm gonna wipe it off with a paper towel. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so there she is. Let's see what this looks like on here. Looks kind of dark. I'm gonna try a different stain. So I believe this is what's on the floors. So this one is pretty dark. I mean, it's definitely better. This one's better, so let's do that. I'm gonna use the mahogany stain instead. I think it looks more brown. The whinge is kind of green, which I think works really well with the green countertops. It kind of plays off that green color, but not so much on the stairs. Okay, my treads have dried, so now it's time to put this thing together. Okay, so I'm gonna do one side first and then the other side after. So I'm gonna first start with this top run. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to glue these as parts. I'm just going to use this as a guide. Okay, the stairs are assembled. So now we need to add the banister. So there's going to be post up here. So we post here, and then we're going to have the banister, top part of the banister connect, in. So it'll be like this. So you got like a post and then the banister coming down. And then on each step, I'm gonna have a metal rod. So this is actually marking flags you can get from a hardware store. And I use these rather than the hobby like strips or metal dowels because of how straight they are. They're made out of steel, so they're very strong, and they tend to not bend very easily. So here I'm like trying to bend it and it snaps back to almost perfectly straight. So that's why I like to use these on, if I have to have something that's like perfectly straight, I like to use these because I don't have to worry about them bending or having to be super gentle with them. They will always kind of stay in this nice straight form. Thank you so much for watching this episode of This Old Dollhouse, and stay tuned for part 2 of the stairs where I built the underside. So there's gonna be lighting and it's gonna be really awesome. So don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.